what you just saw is the video we're actually going to edit right now. I'm going to show you how I did that mask effect, that kind of wipe as I walked past the camera. So now that we're in Premiere, I have the clips that you saw here of Kona. She's a 2-year-old golden, and we live in an apartment complex, so we have to walk her pretty regularly actually. And so I thought it'd be a good way to start out the video. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a new sequence here, and then I'm going to change my sequence settings. I like going with 23.9. Frame size is good. Everything else is good. Here is our clip that we actually want to use. So here's the whole clip. I just propped my phone up on like a little, it's like a grill thing in our apartment complex. Here is the wipe that I'm going to use right here. You guys probably saw that already at the beginning. So we just need to go to off camera. There you go. Okay. So mask effect for something that kind of comes in front, obstructs your image. I definitely shoot a lot of things that with that in mind. So a pole, like if I'm shooting like a car, maybe like a stop sign pole or something, or like in my full-time job, I shoot hockey. So maybe like a ref or another player will come in front of the camera, and I use that as my masking to move on to my next scene without it just cutting to the beat or just straight up just like a hard cut. So what I am gonna do is as I walk around the camera right here, boom. So I'm kind of like an edge of the scene, edge of the frame here that you see. I am going to cut this into its own. So this was my original clip, and I just cut it where I wanted to start the mask. Let me make this bigger. So right here, this is gonna be where I do the mask right till I'm off screen. So we'll go like right there. Boom. So actually I might want to go more like right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna, there we go. Okay. Effect controls. Then you go to opacity. You click on the pen tool or free bezel tool, free draw bezel. It was what it actually comes up with. Call it the pen tool or whatever you want. Click on it. It's going to give you a mask 1. It's your first mask on this layer. And then what you're going to do, what I do is I usually go down, to 25% on my window, my view window over here. So then I can use my pen tool off the camera, off the scene, whatever you want to call it. Because if you're at 100 or fit, which would be just it fitting in the monitor, you don't have as much room. Like you have a little bit of room here to mask, but I just like naturally to have like a lot more room. And we're gonna mask off my arm here. So like as my arm comes across the scene. So what I'm gonna do, my very first point here, I'm gonna create a box outside the mask or outside the scene. That's my mask. But as you saw, everything turned black right here. So then I'm going to go down here to inverted. So now the black or the transparency, the mask is going to be off screen here. And then you want to click the toggle animation, a little stopwatch here for mask path. You really have to click that or this whole thing just does not work. You click that, it's gonna go away, but you just have to make sure you're clicked on your clip and then click the mask again and it is back. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go like, you can go scene by scene or like frame by frame. I sometimes, depending on the job or what type it is, if it's super slow motion or fast, sometimes you can get away with going like every 3 to 5 frames. I'm gonna grab this corner, I'm gonna bring it down here to where it just cuts off screen here. I'm actually going to add another point, and you can do this and pop that there. And then I'm going to overlay the subject, which is in this case myself, just a little bit, because later on we're going to feather it, and that's going to give it more of a smooth look. So there's our first one. I might make this one a little bit more rounded. Let's add another one here to kind of fill out that hand. Cool. So as you see now, it added a keyframe over here. Let me zoom in to show you. Right here, keyframe. So we got our first keyframe. So you can watch the mask there, and you can see I need to fix it up a little bit. So maybe going 5 frames was too much. But if I go frame by frame here, we're actually gonna add this in just like that. So it adds a new keyframe. So then we go frame by frame here. So you see a little bit, we're actually gonna drag this one way up there. We're actually gonna do that at the beginning. So then if we go frame by frame, gotta fix this up a little bit. So we might end up going frame by frame, to be honest with you. So if we go one more frame forward, we obviously lose it. So I'm gonna go one more frame forward. Gonna do the same thing. Gonna mask this all the way down to here, add a keyframe, add a point, I should say. And then we just kind of fill in the subject. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go frame by frame in this case to do it. One thing that sometimes happens when you're going through here and adding like your keyframes in, right? I should say makes a new keyframe, but adding your points in with your cursor here. If you want to jump up a frame, in my case, I'm using my Tourbox controller here, where I can spin this guy and it'll literally take me one frame forward and one frame back. But in this case is what I'm showing you. I'm actually selected on one of this, I think, point right here. So what actually is going to happen is it's going to move that. See, if I do it really dramatic, it actually moves that, and it's not actually moving me because I'm selected. See the blue box here? I'm selected up here, not down on my timeline. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Control Z that, and then every time I set these, I come back down here and you'll see me click on my playhead here. So now I can scooch forward a frame forward or backwards. And then if you notice that it went away because it's on this one, this scene here, you click over here, this clip, and then you get back to the clip that you are doing the mask on. Okay, I'm gonna continue, finish this up, and then we'll show you how the rest of it goes. I'm done, everything's good. Keyframe is set. The first part of doing the mask is set. So when I just play it normally, at normal speed, you'll see here, actually, let me put it back to fit. You'll see it. There is a mask there. It's obviously very rough. The line is very like harsh. You can see where the mask starts and where, in this case, my subject, myself, starts as well ends. You know, you can see that hard line there. And you don't want to see that. Under my mask effects over here, this next one down here is mask feather. It's like you can't really see it. There we go. Is your mask feather. So what I'm gonna do, it's at 10 right now. I honestly will boost it to 100. As you see, I start going a lot, like into the 300. You can see it's not great. So we're gonna back this off just a bit, like maybe like 45. 58, let's just go to 60 and call it good. So you can see the mask is definitely still not, you can still see stuff behind. So probably what I'm gonna do in this case is I'm gonna go through here and just kind of touch up some of those spots where you can see between the mask and the subject. And then we'll be good and we'll put our new layer in there. So you just touch it up like that. Oops, mask, click, and yeah, we're gonna move this over, because you can see the gap there. Oh, there's another gap there. So we're gonna slide this over. And this is why I said from the beginning to really kind of give it a good overlap of your subject, because you want to do this feather. Now, again, I will say this is the way I do it. Everyone has a little bit different. You know, the first time I learned really how to do this was watching Peter McKinnon do it, like, I don't even know, 6-7 years ago, because I learned everything I know pretty much from YouTube. So, and you know, everyone has a little bit of a different way of doing it. So this is how I do it. I've had some people ask me how I do it because I put it in a decent amount of my videos, especially because I do sports videography professionally. So I just wanted to show how I do it. We're gonna make this, because it's all sun, I get kind of lost in the sun here, so we're gonna fix that up. We're gonna pull this over a little bit more, and that should be done right about. We're just gonna try to finish this early there, and done. Cool. Perfect. And then I just cut the clip there because at that point it's over. Your new clip's gonna be shown, and I'm gonna jump into that. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop this recording, I'm gonna drop it in and then start recording again, because this is gonna be the video that is gonna show you how to do the masking. Yeah, so I'll be right back. I imported the first part of this sitting down and showing you guys how to do this video. So pretty much it's literally the... Alright guys, so what you're gonna see just a few moments ago. And then what I'm gonna do, we go here, see the mask right in the middle, and I'll just drag my clip underneath. You have to make sure that the layer that you put the mask on, your mask layer, is on top. If you put it below, like this, you put it on top, nothing happens, because the mask needs to find what's underneath. What would be this black part here is your mask, or it'd be transparent. And then when you put something beneath it, it pops up. So just a quick wash through. All right, guys, so that's your very, very basic mask. I already saw a couple things that I would change. First of all, probably just gonna cut this part out, so make the mask just disappear before that comes in, because it's just kind of weird that, like, it's just because the sun comes back out of this clip. If I click here, is it this one? Yeah, so at the end here, you know, I cover the sun and then it comes back and everything just gets washed out here. So probably just gonna get rid of that. And then also you see a couple spots like right here where, like I said, I set my mask points too far away from the subject. So when you feather it, you start to see the gap between the mask and the subject. So I'm gonna go in, see if there's any more of those. So let's just go quickly here. See, there's a couple here. We're just gonna fix those up real quick. So I kind of broke my own rule where I just didn't put the mask close enough or overlaying the subject enough. So then when you do the feather, you can see what's in between. So I'm just trying to fix all this up. Okay, and then this part, what I'm gonna do, like right here, this next one, we're just gonna take this whole piece and slide it right over and then cut the clip right there. So it's just gonna so just kind of like quickly zooms off. And because by that point you're focusing on the subject, in this case it's me talking, so you don't really need to finish the full clip. It just kind of looks like it wipes off. Alright guys, so what you just saw, perfect. We're looking better. You can sit here all day long adjusting the mask, making it look really good. I've definitely done that in my time. In this case, I want to show you just the very raw basics of it, in the sense of you can definitely see where the mask is. This can be used for so many things, so you don't have to do like a hard cut or a beat transition, which is, I edit beat transitions for everything. Just edit to the beat of the music for literally everything. I'm sure this beginning part will be like that. I'm gonna finish up this video, but hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this really helped. Alright guys, so hope this helped you learn how to mask. I've had a couple people ask me for it, so that's why I'm doing it. If you guys want to see any other tips in Premiere or After Effects, just let me know. I always have things to learn, but I definitely know how to do a lot of these basic things that people can learn really easily. So hopefully you guys like this has helped you. Subscribe, like, let me know what you think below, all the good YouTube things, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.